You've heard the name Max Verstappen. You've seen the Orange Army. But do you know how this young phenom rose to dominance with Red Bull Racing? Strap in for the wild ride. We're taking a deep dive into how Red Bull transformed Max from a talented rookie into their unstoppable beast. From his raw early days to honing his bold, aggressive driving style, we'll explore how the team built a monster machine around Max's strengths. You'll learn what makes the Red Bull-Verstappen combo so utterly dominant. This is the inside story of the perfect storm created when unlimited potential meets unlimited resources. Red Bull's secret sauce unlocked a champion, Max Verstappen's early days in Formula One. Max Verstappen was born to race. As the son of former F1 driver Jos Verstappen, Max grew up at racetracks across Europe and was driving karts before most kids learned to ride a bike. At just 17 years old, Max became the youngest driver in F1 history when he made his debut with Toro Rosso in 2015. A prodigy in the making, Red Bull had been watching Max's rise through the junior ranks and saw his raw speed and natural talent. They signed him to their junior program in 2014 with the goal of promoting him to F1 the following season. Max didn't disappoint, earning his super license and a race seat with Toro Rosso, Red Bull's sister team. An impressive debut. Max's first F1 season was a revelation. He scored points in his very first race and never looked back. His aggressive driving style, ability to overtake, and hunger for victory made him a fan favorite. By the end of the year, it was clear Max was destined for greater things. Moving up to the big leagues. In 2016, Red Bull promoted Max to their senior team to drive alongside Daniel Ricciardo. Still a teenager, Max now had a top seat and a chance to challenge for wins. He seized the opportunity, becoming F1's youngest race winner ever at the Spanish Grand Prix. Max's star was on the rise, and it was obvious he and Red Bull were building something special. Over the next few seasons, Max evolved into the unstoppable force. Red Bull pulled team members from their junior program to support Max, including his race engineer, Giampiero Lambiase. They also restructured their design team to focus on building a car that suited Max's aggressive driving style. Designing a monster. The RB13 was the first Red Bull car built entirely around Max. It had a longer wheelbase, was more aerodynamically efficient, and could handle the downforce generated by Max's speed and cornering. The result? Max's first win at just 18 years old in Spain. An unstoppable combination. In 2019, Red Bull nailed the regulations with the RB15. Max won 3 races and finished third in the championship. Last season, the RB16 was almost unbeatable. Max won 11 races and his first world championship, the Checo Gap. You might wonder why Max's teammate Sergio Checo Perez struggles to match Max, even in the same car. Simply put, the Red Bull is built for a singular driving style, fast, aggressive, and on the absolute limit. Checo's smoother style isn't a natural fit, showing just how tailored these rockets are to Max's unparalleled talent. Red Bull knew they had a once-in-a-generation talent in Max Verstappen. By building a team and a machine around his unique skill set, they created a monster that has dominated Formula One. And with Max just 24 years old, the best may still be yet to come. This beast of a young man and machine may reign for years to come. How Max's driving style makes him an unbeatable beast. Max's need for speed. Max's driving style is truly unique. He prefers an extremely responsive car with a lot of front axle, allowing him to aggressively rotate the car through corners. This requires a specific setup that causes faster degradation of the rear tires. While this may seem counterintuitive, it gives Max the responsiveness he needs to push the limits. His late braking, trail braking, and hard acceleration out of corners are a perfect match for this setup. Built to Max's specs, Red Bull knew they had to provide Max a car suited to his driving style to unleash his full potential. They focused on building a car with a responsive front end and enough rear stability to handle his aggressive driving. This allowed Max to gain confidence in the car and drive on the limit. While the setup isn't ideal for most drivers, it's perfect for Max's needs. Red Bull's ability to adapt the car to Max's preferences has been key to their success. The unstoppable force meets the immovable object. With a car built to suit his needs, Max has become nearly unbeatable. His ability to rotate the car efficiently and power out of corners makes him incredibly difficult to overtake. Combine this with his natural speed, racecraft, and consistency, and you have the recipe for dominance. Max's gap to his teammate Sergio Perez shows just how uniquely suited he is to Red Bull's design. While Perez is a skilled driver in his own right, he lacks the specific driving style and feel that allows Max to extract the maximum from the equipment at his disposal. A partnership built to last. Red Bull and Max Verstappen seem to have forged the perfect partnership. Red Bull provides equipment tailored to Max's needs, and Max rewards them with victories and championship trophies. As long as Red Bull continues adapting to Max's driving style, it's hard to envision anyone stopping this unbeatable beast. Max's talent and Red Bull's ability to build a car suited to his preferences have created a monster that will likely dominate years to come. The gap between Max and Perez at Red Bull. Red Bull knew they had a once-in-a-generation talent on their hands when they signed Max Verstappen at just 17 years old. While his teammate Sergio Checo Perez is a skilled and experienced driver in his own right, the gap between them has been staggering. Verstappen's raw speed and racecraft are nearly unmatched. Verstappen has taken 7 sprint race wins this season compared to Perez's 1 and has 11 podiums to Perez's 4. Red Bull's chief engineer noted minor setup differences between their cars, but that can't account for such a huge performance gap. Verstappen is able to extract every ounce of performance from his car in a way few other drivers can. His aggressive yet precise driving style allows him to dominate in qualifying and maintain a blistering pace during long race stints. Some of the difference comes down to natural talent and instinct, but Verstappen's dedication and work ethic have also been instrumental. He spends hours reviewing data and discussing strategy with his engineers to optimize his car's setup for each track. Verstappen knows exactly what he wants from the car to match his driving style, and Red Bull have built a dominant machine around his feedback and needs. While Perez has struggled at times to match Verstappen's pace, he provides valuable support as a rear gunner. His role is to take points off and Ferrari, allowing Verstappen to focus on winning rather than defending. The Mexican is a fast and feisty racer in his own right, but Verstappen is in a class by himself. Red Bull have created an unstoppable monster, and as long as they provide him with a car to match his talent, the rest of the grid will be left chasing. Verstappen's raw speed, dedication, and symbiotic relationship with Red Bull have allowed him to become the unbeatable beast dominating Formula One. Perez and the rest of the grid have a long road ahead to even come close to challenging his supremacy. Max Verstappen, from rookie to world champion. When Max Verstappen joined Red Bull Racing in 2016 at the age of 17, no one could have predicted how quickly he would rise to dominance. Over the next 6 seasons, Red Bull honed Max into the unstoppable beast he is today. Red Bull saw Max's raw talent and potential right from the start. They recruited him at an incredibly young age and built a powerhouse of a car perfectly suited to his aggressive driving style. While the learning curve was steep, Max's skill and Red Bull's expert guidance allowed him to evolve rapidly. By 2019, he was winning races and challenging for the championship. The key to Max's success has been his close relationship with Red Bull. They have tailored the team and car to complement his talents, and he has rewarded them by becoming the face of the brand. Max has dominated the last 2 seasons, winning over 50% of races and leading hundreds of laps. The gap between Max and teammate Sergio Perez shows just how perfectly Red Bull have crafted a machine for their star driver. Max's 3 world titles are a testament to the unstoppable beast Red Bull have created. His daring overtakes, defensive masterclasses, and raw speed have made him a fan favorite and cemented his status as an all-time great. Still only 24, Max looks set to reign over F1 for years to come. Red Bull took a chance on a rookie with bags of potential, and together they have reached the pinnacle of motorsport. Max Verstappen went from talented teenager to unbeatable beast, and it has been a joy to watch. The Red Bull family have nurtured his skills and built the tools for him to showcase them. This perfect partnership has yielded a truly unstoppable monster. Conclusion. You see it now, the journey Max took from a promising rookie to Red Bull's unstoppable beast. His raw talent was evident early on, but it took the right team and car to unleash his full potential. Red Bull saw what Max could become and built a car and team around him.